not?
Yo, I'm Brock Landis.
And this is Chop It Up Hip Hop. And we taking it to Shaolin. Woo! This is where it all started. This is where it all started.
All right.
This is the beginning. Like troops in Pakistan.
Like your neighborhood.
Spider-Man. So TikTok, I keep ticking. That's where it all started, Brock. That's the beginning right there.
Yes, sir.
The beginning of what I would say the greatest hip hop group of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? And when I say the greatest hip hop group of all time, I'm saying it on all levels. Because I know some people might try to debate, but if you look at all angles, like, you know, me and you don't really talk about sales or nothing, but if they want to even take it there,
Right.
What other hip hop group you know that probably sold what they sold? Hip hop group.
Right.
That sold as much records as Wu Tang altogether. That had an impact like Wu Tang. Let's get off the numbers because we don't really like doing the numbers.
Right.
That had an impact like Wu Tang.
Not too many.
Global. You know what I mean?
Right.
That had classics like Wu Tang.
It's crazy.
Production like Wu Tang. Lyrics like Wu Tang.
It's true. It's true.
Like, it's no other group.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I love Tribe Called Quest. I love Mobb Deep, Outkast, Public Enemy, Brand Nubians. Great legendary groups. But Wu Tang definitely holds that crown of greatest hip hop group of all time.
I guess, yeah, it's just such a big crew and they're all so talented. And it's like you're not going to get that again. People tried, but no.
Yeah, never again. 9 members or 10.
They're so different. Like, they were so different when they came out from everything. And then individually, they're so different. It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. But we're going to break down the four episodes doc series that came on Showtime of Mics of Men.
Mics of Men, yeah.
Of Mics of Men. Wu Tang is a 4 episodes, 4 parts doc series. And it's a great series, by the way. Excellent.
Phenomenal.
Excellent. Like, it's better than what I even thought it would be. Like, I knew it was going to be good, but it went past for what I thought it was going to be. Like,
it blew my expectations. I was hyped up for it. I knew it was going to be good, but it was better than I thought.
Definitely.
A lot of insight. I thought I knew everything there is to know, but it actually showed you some stuff that you might not know, you know?
Yeah, like a real good doc should do.
Yeah, and it wasn't a fluff piece either. Like, they kept it real about each other. You know, everything wasn't positive. It was negative in it, you know? I thought it was very well done.
They highlighted all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They didn't leave nothing out. So, let's start it up with episode 1. You know, each episode we took a few jewels out of each episode, highlighted a few points, like the highlights of each episode. And in episode 1, when Ghost spoke about taking care of his brothers and like being depressed, and he didn't even know he was depressed as a kid.
Yeah.
That stood out. Like, that was powerful.
That was one of my favorite moments in the whole documentary.
I agree.
I thought, you know, and it's crazy. Like, he's been in the game for so long, and I can't remember him mentioning that in his lyrics or any songs, you know, about his brothers having muscular dystrophy. And
he mentioned it in the song.
Did he?
But he didn't go into depth.
Yeah,
like how
I know, like, the song Mama, he talked about, like, her having alcohol problem and stuff, but
All I Got Is You. When he said brothers with muscular,
that's right.
He brought that up, and All I Got Is You.
Yeah, that's right.
He definitely brought that up.
A great song.
Great song. But he didn't go in detail.
Yeah,
you know.
I forgot that lyric. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that he brought that up, because, like, basically what he was saying is, like, a lot of us, or a lot of kids growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
They don't even know how bad it is. They don't even know they're depressed. They don't even,
because they're surrounded by it. And that's why, to me, that was one of, like, the best moments of the doc, because it's so true. Like, people understand if you don't live in the hood or the ghetto, like, you look down on people, but, like, people are mentally damaged, and it's not their fault. It's what they see around them, like, every day.
But they raised them around their surroundings.
Stuff that to them is normal is not normal to people.
You become numb to a lot of things. Like, when we was growing
like
up,
he said, like, I didn't even know I was depressed, and I could kind of relate to that too. Like you don't even know you're going through shit.
Uh-huh.
Like, and you know, people wonder why you're quiet or something, and there's reasons why.
Yeah. He said his aunt used to say, "Why you look so sad?"
Yeah.
He didn't even realize he's looking sad or anything.
Right.
But then he thinks about it now. He was that young, taking care of his brothers, and
Yeah.
he said he wish he knew better. Like take them outside. He used to watch. It's good. Like that part right there really hit home. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that was in episode 1. And then another point I took out of episode 1 was the verse from Old Dirty's debut album, Return to the 36. The song "Don't You Know"
Right.
was actually an old RZA verse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they showed the old footage of RZA performing it on stage.
Yeah.
And I love that song, "Don't You Know."
Yeah.
For all my Wu heads, y'all know what that is from Old Dirty's debut album. But "Don't You Know" is actually RZA verse. So I realized throughout watching the documentary that a lot of people wrote Old Dirty. Like he didn't write his own lyrics.
No, I guess not.
RZA wrote for him. I remember when he got back home, Jizza said he wrote 4 songs for him. So
Right.
I guess he really was like more of just an entertainer.
Yeah,
ODB.
performer, entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he delivered it his own way. Because I'm pretty sure
Yes.
RZA wrote to them, but he delivered it the way he would do it, the Old Dirty way.
Yeah, he was just like the spirit. He was like the
Energy.
the personality of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, the energy, spirit, personality. Exactly.
And like RZA said in the doc, he's like, he just was listening to it, and Raekwon was saying it too, the album.
first
the other
album.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Old Dirty first album. They're like, yo, that joint is hard.
It
The
is.
beats is entertaining. Like that album was a classic.
Yeah,
It's a classic album. Like he was really a performer.
that is a hard album. I love that album.
Old Dirty. Another highlight in the episode 1 was when Meth and Ugar go back to their old job at the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
I like that.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they all had jobs. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't think they'll have jobs, but I like how they talked about like each one having job, so what they did or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they said how I think RZA and Ray used to sell newspapers on the Verrazano Bridge. Inspector Deck worked at Grand Central Station as a messenger.
It's crazy.
Cap was packing bags at the supermarket. Jizza worked for the MTA, cleaning train carts.
Yeah.
Like, so they all had jobs before they got into that street life before music.
Right.
But they all was working. And they show when Meth and Ugar go back to the Statue of Liberty, their old manager is still there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
25 years ago, their manager is still there at the Statue of Liberty.
Must be getting paid good money.
Yeah. But notice what Meth said. Like, he said that's one of the, besides, I guess, having his kids and everything, he said that's one of the best times ever in his life.
Yeah.
Before the fame.
Yep. He did say
I'm
that.
like, wow.
He did say that, and he said like the best job he ever had.
Yeah. Working at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's something. Hey, you ever been to Statue of Liberty?
No, I haven't.
Born and raised in New York. I haven't been
I
either.
haven't
I've
been
never been to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
should make a trip. We gotta make a trip now.
When you from New York, it's so many things because we take it for granted because we
Exactly.
born and raised there. So many things we didn't do. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So then they talk about the racism too. They started getting into the racism in Staten Island, which is crazy. I didn't know how bad.
Yeah, the way they explained it seemed horrible.
It seemed like
Fucking nightmare.
Mississippi in the 50s or something.
Yo,
it seemed crazy the way they explained it.
Fucking nightmare, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like don't getting bottles thrown at them, getting chased by Italians and beat up. And Cap said he used to be on the bus. He see kill niggas or something, KKK. I'm like, I ain't know Staten Island was that crazy around that time. I'm like, that's the 80s and 90s. Like they was wilding like that out there.
Yeah, well, when they went to school, when they all went to school, it was probably like 70s, 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
But
insane.
yeah, it was crazy out there. But like you said, after the job situation, they all got into dibble and dabble into the hustling. Ghost talk about how he got shot and how Cap, Inspector Deck, and RZA, they all got locked up for different things.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But RZA said once he got out, he was given that second chance, came back to New York, because him and Ghost was living together. They was roommates.
They were getting in Ohio first.
Before Killer.
Yeah.
Before Killer, you know what I mean? And RZA said once he was given that second chance, he came back to New York, went hard with the music.
Bang.
Yeah. And he told all of them, see, this is what separates people with real passion and real visions from people that just have good ideas and dreams. There's a lot of people out there with like good ideas and dreams, but I think passion and visions is deeper than dreams. Anybody could dream.
Speak
Everybody don't have visions.
Speak on it.
I just my mind. I could be wrong. It could be maybe some people look at it as the same thing, visions and dreams.
Right.
But I think it's a difference. Like RZA had visions.
Right.
He had passion. He told all of them, "Give me 1 year of your life. That's all I ask. 1 year.
Right.
What y'all got to lose? If it don't work, you got nothing to lose. Go back to doing what you was doing.
Right.
If it works, then it works. We good for life. The kids are eating still right now, or for what they did 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So to me, that's visions, because a lot of people got dreams and ideas. They try it. It doesn't go the way they thought it would the first time, and they give it up, or they don't even fully try, or they never try.
Well, you know, I can see the difference. I say a dream is something you wish you could be. A vision is something that you know how to you know how to plan it out, or you know how to execute it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think a vision's more.
And you could actually see it happen.
You can actually, and you actually know what to do to act on it. Like the vision is like, you know, if I do this and do that, you're thinking like 40 steps ahead. Which is a dream. Is like, oh, my dream is I want to be rich. That's a dream. You know what I mean? But there's no vision of how to get that.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's the difference.
Yeah. Basically, that's what that's the difference.
Right.
Like, but he had the vision. Like, the visions and passion, you could feel it. You could taste it. It's that real to you, even though it ain't there. Like, you know, you're basically 2 steps away from, like,
right.
if this connects and this connects, these dots, you're good. Dreams, you don't dream about it every day. You got dreams, but you're focused on a lot of other things. It's different. It's just a different scenario. So RZA, salute to him, because what he visualized, it materialized.
Yeah, well, and it's just
bars.
Like, yeah, there we go. And you know, he had in his head that I'm gonna get all these guys on one group. I'm gonna have them sign solo deals to different labels, not the same label, which was never heard of. Groundbreaking. They did the first time. Full creative control. Like, it's crazy what he did, man. It's fucking insane.
And he could have easily been discouraged by his first deal in the industry, where they forced him to label Prince Rakeem, Tommy Boy. They forced him to try to be like a sex symbol. Yeah, and he said it went terrible, whatever. See, once again, the difference between dreams and vision. Those were dreams that would have got close to their dream, and something like that would have happened. They would have been like, yo, it's a wrap. They would have never tried again. When you got a vision and a real passion, and you know you're that good, or your people are that good, and it could really happen, you keep striving.
Right.
And that's what he did. He could have easily been like, it ain't worked the first time. I did all this, nothing happened. He didn't sell nothing. They dropped him. The album never came out. He just had the single, "Ooh, we love you, Rakeem." And he could have easily been discouraged.
Right.
But that's what separates those who make it and those who don't.
And
some who make it just get lucky.
I know this was on episode 2, but since we're speaking on that, I want to bring this up because I know they mentioned when he came out as Prince Rakeem with that song, "We Love You, Rakeem," like, oh, it's a dud. I don't know the sales, but I remember when I first got cable and the box. That shit was on the box like every 5 minutes. Like, I remember that was like the first video I seen on the box, I think. Yeah. And it was on a lot. So, I mean, maybe it wasn't commercial, but I mean, the box, I mean, that was like pretty much a hip hop station. I mean, it played other music, but it was mostly hip hop.
Yeah.
It was played a lot. So it wasn't a complete dud. Like, obviously the hip hop community liked it, I thought.
I guess it wasn't good enough.
I see it all the time. The video was on a lot. It wasn't good enough
to come out with a whole album. I don't think he came out with a whole album.
Oh, probably not, yeah.
So it didn't do. They probably like, it ain't doing that good for us to put money into you for an album.
Right.
So, yeah. And then also in episode 1, they introduced the introduction of John Mook Gibbons, who was the former president of Wu Tang Management. And he used to manage, and he was one of their first managers.
Right.
John Mook. And he's, he talks a lot throughout all 4 episodes. It seems like he had a lot to do with getting Protect Your Neck out to the masses.
Oh, he was the one that was hitting the streets. Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that was pushing Protect Your Neck.
Yep.
Like, he heard it and was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, another one. I like people like that. He played no games. He told RZA when RZA came, but he said he saw it in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw it. So he said, I told him, if I'm going to do this, don't play around with me. Because he already had a jaw. Like, don't play with me. If I'm going to do this, let's do this.
Right.
people like it's hard to run across people like that. Me and Brock can let you know. Like, it's hard to run across people like that. Like a support system like that is very rare. That's something you cherish from people you know.
Right.
But all right, so that was basically episode 1. Like I said, we just skimming through real quick. Like, y'all watch it. Y'all gonna see more stuff. We ain't gonna get into detail fully because each episode was like an hour. Now I mean, we just taking out a few jewels and everything from each episode. So episode 2 was basically the Prince Rakeem. No, actually, episode 2 they talked more about the Prince Rakeem when RZA was Prince Rakeem, and then they had the introduction. They introduced Divine and Power.
Right.
And Power was the executive producer too.
Yes, he was
back in the days, and Divine was like.
But you've seen his name a lot on a lot of the sophomore albums.
Power, yeah. And Divine was who's RZA's older brother.
Yes,
was like what'd you say, like a manager type?
Manager. He became a manager, but he was originally like the investor,
quote unquote.
But then they put him as a manager.
Silent partner.
Yeah, silent partner, exactly.
Which so like Divine plays a big part in this doc series.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the turmoil and everything what he did. But I will say this, because when the first time I watched it, I watched all 4 episodes 2 times. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know, Divine character. I can't really speak on nothing. I'm just going by what we saw. I wasn't there.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure certain things that they did leave out that we don't know about. There's always 3 sides every story: truth, the lie, and
his side,
my
side, and the truth. Whatever you want to.
How you want to put it. So in the beginning, when I first watched it for like Divine, I was like, he seemed, I don't know. I got a little grimy vibes from him. Like he was being a little grimy. But then when I watched it again, it's like, he did invest a lot.
Yeah.
From the beginning, like he from what they say, and I think they all agreed to it, he was pumping a lot of money into them to get where they at.
And I could see both sides, but I don't know. I could see the Divine side too. It's like they all wanted their own shit. They were tired of giving him a check. But at the end of the day, they all gotta break bread with somebody, no matter what. Whatever situation they did, they're not getting 100% of the money. So when they left Wu Tang Productions, none of them went somewhere and getting everything 100%. They giving it to somebody. So
I'd rather give it to my brother than give it to a new cat. I don't know. Keep it in the family.
And I agree with like, yo, when we most successful, we were all together. It's true. When they started branching off, and the sophomore album started coming out, and they were doing their own things, the shit started getting a little choppy. You know what I mean?
Well, you talk about production-wise?
Production-wise, everything.
Quality.
I mean,
album quality.
To me, because I'm trying to think about it. Even though I liked Tikal too, but it was a lot of people didn't like it. But I think the first, like, where everybody couldn't deny it was Supreme Clientele. Was the first good sophomore album, like, where everybody could agree on, right?
That it was the base with the first,
and who the goes, he stuck with RZA on that. I don't know about the production, like, the company-wise, but he worked closely with RZA on that album.
Supreme Clientele.
Yep.
Huh?
So it just shows you.
Yeah.
But, like, back to Divine, like I said, like, I don't know the situation or whatever, but business is business. And, like, I could see why he's mad. Like, you had a multi-million-dollar business, and now you let all your workers go. It's not good business. If people can say, like, he shouldn't be mad at that, they're bugging. Because you had a business, and all of a sudden, all your staff leave, you have to do everything on your own. It's not going to last. It's not going to run right, you know? Might as well shut the doors.
That's true. Well, that's the thing. They all left, and I agree with you. The quality of, like, the sophomore albums, besides Ghost, took a little dive. I don't know if it was really beneficial for them financially. Was it, like, the go? Because that's what they was complaining about. So if you would have stayed, basically, financially, most likely, you would have either been in the same spot or close in the same position. Right. But quality, you still would have been up more. So it wasn't a win situation from the outside looking in. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was.
You probably get more money in the new situation, but
in the beginning,
when the reviews came out, your album's whack and it stopped selling. So now, you're making probably more money per CD or whatever, but you're not selling as much. So it's like it's probably leveled out, or you're probably making less or something. I don't know.
And then like they went separate, but then they still came back together.
Yeah.
Like, so y'all got your separate deals, so it wasn't that serious of a beef because y'all still
Right.
did
But
Wu-Tang.
no, like Divine said though, when they do a Wu Tang album, I had to cut the check with all their managers now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
He did say that.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. Another thing highlight from episode 2 was the Protect Your Neck video. So they broke down like when it first came out, the Protect Your Neck video. They had Ralph McDaniels, Uncle Ralph from Video Music Box, and he was saying like how when RZA gave him the video, he's like, "Oh, you gotta clean it up, bring it back to me." After he said, RZA was like, "Nah, this, play it like this."
you still got the
He said, "You still got the time code on the bottom." He's like, "Nah, play it like this, play it like this." You know what I mean? And Ralph played it, and it took off. I remember the first time I saw it was on Video Music Box, and I was like, "This looks homemade and grimy," and I did like a homemade video.
The first time I seen it was not Video Music Box, but the box.
Oh, the box.
And I remember I really didn't pay attention to like the third or fourth time I seen it. I remember the first time I seen it, like this shit is mad bootleg. And I just changed the channel. I didn't even give it a listen. It was like, and then it kept coming on, and I gave in. I was like, let me listen to it. Blown away.
I think the first time I saw it, the reason I watched it from the beginning to end video, because remember Video Music Box used to have Nervous Thursdays?
Yeah.
And that's usually they played like the abstract kind of weird, whatever. So it came on Nervous Thursday. So all videos are kind of weird.
Yes,
But I'm looking at this like, I like this though. That beat in the
Yeah.
beginning, doom, 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 chaw, 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 all the conf. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is new, but you know what I mean?
The
So
smartest thing they did with that video though was put every time a different guy would rap, the name would be on the screen.
yeah. Some of the names were spelled different back then.
Yeah, but that was the smartest thing. If it was just a video, just dudes rapping without their names, then you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? But now because they put their names, now it's like, all right, I'm going to pick my favorite one. He's my favorite one. Because I remember after everybody started seeing it, we're talking, oh, who's your favorite Wu-Tang member? You know what I mean? Because you see their names on the screen, so people are picking their favorites and shit like that. I remember that.
And then when they came out with the Method Man video, that was kind of a low budget too.
Yeah,
but
very.
it worked. The Method Man video. Then they talk about Steve Rifkin, who's the co-founder of Loud Records. He actually asked Ralph first, which I paid attention to. Ralph said he came to him and asked him like, "What you think? Do you think?" And Ralph said, "Yeah, sign him."
Yeah.
Like Ralph gave him the thumbs up.
Yeah.
So that's Steve Rifkin. That's all he needed was the co-sign from Ralph McDaniels, and boom, there you have it. Also in episode 2, they Old Dirty girl, baby mother, wife. I don't know if he ever married her, but she has a part when she talks about Old DB and everything,
Right.
What they went through, how he put her on to the whole 5%er,
Right.
like mathematics, the knowledge and everything, and how she got onto that, how it helped her. She said it definitely helped her. And another thing they brought out was how RZA, like how he knew where to put everyone label wise.
Yeah, that was
They like
crazy.
RZA already saw, like he
That
knew
was crazy.
Method Man's going to Def Jam.
Yeah.
Old Dirty, I think it was Electra.
Yep.
Like he had it all set up, like Ray and Ghost, like where everybody's gonna go. Even though they had a little bidding thing, because the way he set up the contract was, I think it has to go through Loud. Like Loud gets the first bid, but if they don't match it, or if they can't match it, or if they just don't want to do it, but they gave them like, all right, since they signed Wu-Tang, everybody solo they will get the first bid.
They'll get the first dibs on the bid. Yeah.
But RZA already had it planned out. Like
he said the guards going to Electra, which was Old Dirt, Jizza, and I think was it RZA, but RZA didn't drop nothing until much later. But
he had it set up, and they put Meth on Def Jam, and I like how they said it was Old Dirty, which to me is one of the most iconic hip hop covers ever. Return to the 36.
Absolutely,
that was totally his idea. Old DB to put the welfare ID card on the welfare stamp,
fucking
food
legendary.
stamp, food stamp on the cover of the album. So shout out to Old Dirty for that. He's a definitely creative dude. And then they also, I think episode 2 is when they start talking about Cream.
Yeah,
they start going in on Cream, right? Like how once Cream came out,
It was originally called Lifestyles of the Mega Rich.
Yeah, Lifestyle. And they said they had 64
Yeah,
bars
like a
each.
bunch of bars,
Just a bunch of
verses.
bars and no hook. That's good. I want to hear that.
I know. I like to hear the verses.
They said Spectre Deck and Raekwon just had 64 bars each, no hook. And like he said, the original title was Lifestyles of the Mega Rich. And RZA went to Meth for the hook because he said Meth is always great at hooks.
Yeah.
They're like, we need a hook, need to chop down the bars. And then Meth came with the classic hook.
Classic hook.
You know what I mean? And I think Meth said he got the phrase cream from
Raid the Ruckus.
Yeah, his man who was locked up.
Right, in jail, and he wrote it. Cash rules everything around me. Cream.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. They said after Cream came out, that's when things really.
No, that's when
things really took off for Wu.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I thought before that. I thought actually Method Man. I thought.
Yeah, Method Man. That song did blow up. I mean, they all did, but Cream definitely made it like universal. Where I think the suburbs were listening now. Because I felt like Protect Your Neck, the underground cats loved it. Then Method Man came out, like all hip hop heads loved it. And then Cream came out. It was like everybody loved it, no matter what music you listen to. Cream was the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was such a huge commercial success, and they were just talking about their struggles, like their hardships, hard times, and like it's such a slow beat and everything. It's fucking amazing.
That's when people used to put out singles. It didn't have to be everything. Didn't have to be dancey and turn up. You could put out a single back in the days, and if it's hot, it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It doesn't have to be. Cream ain't for the clubs.
No.
Protect Your Neck ain't for the clubs.
No.
But
Method Man's not really for the clubs.
Yeah, Method Man's not for the clubs.
Yeah.
None of these singles was really for the clubs, but back then you could do that. Now it had to be radio friendly, some R&B type rap singing. It's corny. Everything's cookie cut now.
Oh yeah,
everything's cookie cut. All right, in episode 2, they also talk about when they touched on when Ugar's son got shot.
Yeah, that part I didn't like. Not because it was. I have a 17-month-old. I couldn't even imagine going through that. I couldn't.
Thank God he survived.
Yeah,
it.
thank God
he was able to walk and everything. Now. Yeah, they were showing the therapy with his son. That's crazy. And that's when they was already blown up. They were on Arsenio Hall show and everything. That's crazy.
Like that was just like I was watching that and I was just like, oh man, this is brutal to watch. Watch him going through therapy and all that. That was terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
But thank God he pulled through. And I like the way episode 2 ended. It like a little cliffhanger. With Divine saying how he's finally allowed to speak. He said RZA kept him silent for 25 years, but now he's allowed to speak. And then it just goes off. Like, oh man, I like how it ended.
Hey, I was planning to go to bed after episode 2. But with that cliffhanger, I said, I got to watch episode 3.
Yeah.
And, I watched all 4 episodes one night. I didn't go to bed till like close to 2 in the morning. That was like way past my bedtime. I couldn't stop. It was like a good book, and they say you have a good book, you can't put it down. Yeah. I couldn't stop watching this doc. I was like, all right, 10 more minutes, I'm going to bed. And then something else will pop up. I'm like, I gotta watch this. And it just kept going to the shit ended, yo.
I watched all 3 episodes in a row. Because once you text me, because I watched the first episode when it premiered on Friday.
You're right.
Friday.
Me too. Right.
And then when you text me and said, "Oh, all the episodes are on demand," what? Yeah. I started watching all 3. The playoff game was on. I even watched the game until the 4th quarter. After the game, which ended late, it was a West Coast game,
right?
I think. And then I started watching the rest of the episodes. Like you said, I went to bed late. Paid for it the next day, but hey, it was worth it. I had to see it. I had to see it all.
Phenomenal.
So, episode 3, they talk about like the first 5 albums from Wu took the whole crew to like another level out of this world. Them first 5 albums, which was from 36 Chambers to Cal, Return to the 36, Liquid Swords, Actually, not even 36. The first 5 they were saying is after 36 was Return to the 36, Liquid Swords, To Cal, Iron Man, and Only Built for Cuban Links. They said them 5 came out. They said 36 took them there, but them 5 that came out after 36, forget about it.
I know, and that's why it was only 4 years, but it seemed like forever for Wu Tang forever. It seemed like a really long time between Enter the 36 and Wu, because you had so much the solo albums in between. But it was only like 4 years, but people were waiting because every solo was hard.
Every solo.
So it's like, oh, we need to hear this group shit again.
Yeah. Like people was waiting hard. Like, and the songs that wasn't on the solo, like just the mixtape joints, the throwaways, or songs that was on soundtracks.
Yep.
Had everybody
It's
hyped.
not gonna happen again. I'll put my money up. It's never gonna happen again. I don't care.
Never say
It's
never.
never gonna be it's never gonna be a group where they're this talented and the consistency of quality music they put out in those 5 years, like straight, like no whack shit between Enter 36 and Wu Tang Forever, right? There was nothing whack.
Nothing.
Yo, it's not gonna be done again.
Nothing. That's crazy.
Never gonna be done again.
That's crazy. And then after Wu Tang Forever, they still dropped some classic stuff. They took a little dips here and there, but they still had some classic material.
Right.
Also, in episode 3, it starts off basically showing all the good times once the fame and the money came. Then the big payoff, like how helping friends and family out. You see the big house they was in. You see the Rolex watches. You see, like, times was good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's how episode 3 starts
good
off.
Now.
I believe they said Triumph was the first $1 million rap video ever made.
Yep, absolutely.
The first $1 million rap. They said Ray wanted that.
Yeah.
Ray said he wants a $1 million video.
They didn't mention it, but I could have sworn I heard or read this somewhere else that it was not only the first $1 million video, it was the first video to use CGI technology. Like the computer graphics. I could have sworn I saw that somewhere.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And I don't think this is too far-fetched by me saying it's arguably the greatest hip-hop video of all time.
Absolutely.
Triumph. Like, I can't really think of Put your hands on my eyes.
I'll put that beat up there, one of the greatest beats of all time. That beat is slamming.
That beat is hard.
Slamming.
And once again, notice the single, not for the clubs, and this was years later.
No hook.
No hook. It's like, people, you don't always have to follow what everybody else is doing. And understand, this was 97, where everything was shiny, jiggy, have an R&B hook,
very commercial.
have that 80s type whatever. Bad Boys was running commercial. It. I mean, Bad Boys was doing their thing, but still, it was a very commercial era. In 97, Wu came with Wu Tang Forever with no commercial radio-friendly club songs on it. No. And they sold millions and millions and millions without following the trends. Without following what everybody else was doing. Salute to DMX, too, because DMX came out later and took it back to the streets, too, when everything was shiny, where it's dark and hell is hot. Yep. Like, you don't, and sold millions. Like, that must feel good that you didn't follow something and still succeeded. And even if you didn't succeed, you still didn't follow something that faded out anyway.
Right.
Like, because you could follow something and still don't sell and be like, damn, I followed this. I might as well have did what I really wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a lot of people that try to follow that shiny, what era would you call that? The jiggy, the 80s, a lot of 80s samples.
A lot of 80s samples, absolutely.
It was just
absolutely.
I mean, Puff did it good, but a lot of people try to copy it.
No, that's what it is. I know people give Puff a lot of backlash for it, but
that
was his thing.
That was his thing.
At it.
He was good at it.
I think it was just because so many people followed, but Puff gets the blame for it. But like Puff's music was actually, Bad Boy music was actually good. Yeah. It was everybody else that fucked it up that tried to follow that made him look bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you're right. Yeah, people try to copy it. It was terrible.
And it was horrible because it was overwhelming of people trying to copy. It's like every time you turn on the radio or video, somebody's trying to do that type of feel.
And they were so big. They put them on tour at Rage Against the Machine, which is a rock group. Probably, they went on tour together.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, they're a rock group. The lead singer does rap. He doesn't sing. Mm-hmm. But they're still a rock group, and they were on tour together. And it was one. I remember that summer. It was a summertime, I think it started. I wanted to go on it, but I was too broke. I couldn't afford it. But I remember it was the talk of the summer, that Wu and Rage tour. That's one of the things I regret, like concerts I've never been to. That's the one I always wanted to go to.
And that's a good leeway to my next point that you said, because they was on tour with Rage Against the Machine when the whole Summer Jam incident took place, where they say they didn't know that Summer Jam, they were supposed to be on Summer Jam, so Summer Jam said, like, for them to come back while they was on tour with Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. And so they paid for their own ticket. They said they went in their own pockets, paid to come back to the States and everything, or come back to New York, with Summer Jam
And they
was.
said those were the days where artists didn't get paid to perform.
Yeah, they said Hot 97 wasn't paying artists to perform. So they came all the way back to do it. And wait. Yeah, because they was actually threatened. Because they said if you don't come back, we're not going to play your music anymore.
Which is corny.
Which is crazy. So they came back. And once they got there, I think it was some kind of like, I think Bad Boys was performing and they were supposed to perform. It was something where it didn't go right. They either supposed to headline, it came all the way back, or they had a short time on stage, something.
They didn't elaborate on.
Yeah, they didn't really elaborate what pissed them off. But Ghost got on stage and basically said, fuck Hot 97 at their show.
Yeah.
Salute the Ghostface Killer.
Yes.
Let's give this guy a hand. Ghostface Killer.
And the crowd was chanting fuck Hot 97.
Yeah, the crowd was chanting along with them. And like Inspector Deck said, we all was feeling that. But the manager of Mook was like, what the hell are y'all doing? Because he probably was smart enough to know you moving off of emotion right now.
Yeah, you
sabotaging yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And later on they found out because after that they was banned, which I didn't know. This was new to me. But now it makes sense why they wasn't getting played when they was at their peak. Why we wasn't hearing it on Hot 97 when actually Hot 97 still was playing real hip-hop. Biggie, Nas was getting played, Jay and everybody. They wasn't playing Wu. They banned Wu for 10 years. That's crazy. And they said they didn't realize like Hot 97 had other stations like connected to other stations because they was in there's top 40 stations. So the other stations wasn't playing Wu either. So like they lost out on a lot of money and a lot of publicity because of this.
Yeah.
But look how big they still. So just imagine if they didn't do that. How can they be bigger than what they are now? But just imagine.
Yeah, I mean that album probably should have went. It should have been way more bananas.
Because it went $6 mil.
I think
because this was a double disc, so they and it went $3 mil quick, so they counted as a double. You double it up.
Right.
6. Yeah.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
You know what they didn't bring up in the doc that I thought they should have.
What?
Also, Wu Tang Forever was I think it was the first interactive CD. Remember the CD you could put in your computer?
That was the first. Yep.
And that shit was hard. Like you go in each member's room and you click on stuff and it'll be like do like a sound bite or something. Or you go in Riz's room and he had like the keyboard. And you hit a key and you plays.
They was the first to do that.
Like yo, that was crazy. I don't know why they didn't bring that up in the doc. Like whose idea was that and shit?
Probably Riz's idea.
Yeah, and how they made it. I wish they brought that up.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like they was banned from that whole Hot 97 situation for 10 years. And it is what it is. I'm still glad Ghost spoke up. I mean, other people went against Hot 97 too. Future later on, Nas and other people. But 10 years? Goodness. I know they banned Boot Camp too. A Helter Skelter got banned from Hot 97 because a physical situation took place in a lobby or something. And they said that's when they banned when Nocturnal was doing real good. The Helter Skelter album, it got banned. Hot 97 shut them down. Powers that be. But moving on, because I know Brock could go further with that, really get in depth and start ranting. But so also with episode 3, they really started breaking down everything ODB was going through, from cops harassing him to dudes running up in his crib and shooting him.
Oh yeah.
To him being real paranoid. I think RZA really did have his best interests at hand when he did come back from jail. There was a whole situation with that where ODB's family was saying basically he's broke. RZA didn't want to let him go because he let everybody else go. Old Dirty was mad, but RZA didn't want to let him go. RZA claims in the documentary that he had money for him. He wanted to set him up. He just wanted RZA said he didn't want to let him go off the contract.
Right.
Which is probably a reason for that. That's his cousin, that's his blood.
He wanted him close. Yeah,
he wanted him close to make sure he's all right, for real.
Yep.
But they was looking at it, I guess, different because what's that saying? Like you only could see what's in, because they dangling Rockefeller, like RZA said, who was huge at that time. First of all, this is how you know Dame Dash and them was full of BS.
Okay,
ODB.
I'm glad you're starting because I was gonna go.
He doesn't even. First of all, let's put everything aside. It doesn't make sense
Mm-hmm.
Old Dirty with Rockefeller makes absolutely no sense.
Keep going.
It seems like the only reason you did that because you was hoping, let's ride this woo buzz. You're fresh out of jail. Let's roll the dice because of what you did in the past. Let's try to force something. The songs that I did here was horrible with Rockefeller. Old Dirty is the type of artist where he's only gonna shine with Woo, with a RZA. Like Old Dirty's not gonna, other artists you could take from another crew, put them here, put them there. They're gonna fit.
Right.
You could it'll make sense. Old Dirty on Rockefeller or like Old Dirty anywhere, like on No Limit or something. It just didn't make sense logically. Dame Dash was trying to.
He was trying to make money. He made a business decision based off the buzz that it would get signing ODB straight from jail. Because he was full of controversy. He was always in the papers. His name was always spoken about. And he tried to capitalize off that. And for somebody that's always throwing around the culture vulture fucking saying, I thought that was a culture vulture move. I'm sorry. I don't care if you know what I mean? Culture vulture doesn't only pertain to white people. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. That was a culture vulture move, Dame.
It was.
It made no sense. Your whole label makes no type of music anything like ODB. Nothing. What do you think? Even like the whole fresh out of jail, guy didn't even freaking go home yet. Yeah, like a press conference. You bring Mariah Carey and all that. It was just like, what the fuck is this?
It was a show. It made it like a circuit. It was a show.
Yep.
It was like, obviously, they didn't get into debt with it, but Old Dirty had issues. Yeah. He had issues. Let the man come out. Let the man rest. But then on the flip side, they were saying, or you heard him saying too, I got no money. I need money. Like if it's child support, they're going to put him back in. I got to make money now. But I find it hard to believe that RZA would allow you to go back in jail to that point. Like you wasn't going to get some money doing, like, I don't know. The whole Rockefeller thing was just.
Like I said, like if you really had his best interest at heart, you wouldn't have these press conferences. You wouldn't make a big spectacle of it. You could talk to him behind the scenes like, hey, I want to help you out. Get situated. But whenever you do, you might have a home with the Rockefeller or something. We're here to help you. All behind the scenes. Yeah. Don't sign him right away. You know what I mean? And if Dirty was really fucked up and broke, I'm pretty sure somebody would have helped him. They wouldn't leave him broke. You know what I mean? But I could see his point of view why he wanted to go to Dame. It's a quick paycheck. Boom. With the biggest label at the time out. So he's like, hey, let me get a quick fucking fat check right away. You know what I mean? So I kind of see both sides of it, but hey, it is what it is.
And then they still have RZA around after. And I couldn't stand that manager. That new manager Old Dirty had, the Rockefeller manager.
Oh.
Like, he was a clown. It looked like RZA wanted to smack him when he entered the room.
I don't think he was a manager. I think he was paid to just follow him and watch him, make sure he don't get in trouble. Because they were supposed to come out with a reality show based on some dude who follows ODB around. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the dude.
All right. Yeah, it was a part when RZA looked like he wanted to smack him when he walked in the room. He's like,
who are you?
Who are you? Oh, you're RZA? I didn't know you was that tall. Like, RZA looked disgusted.
Shut
up,
dude.
Even when RZA went Damon, like, he gave him dap, like, you could tell the energy. Like, RZA's like, all right, because he finally let him go. Mm-hmm. And they still want them to produce and do some writing or whatever for Old Dirty when they in the studio. It just, you could tell the energy, the vibe wasn't there no more.
What you think about the studio session?
Oh, when RZA was writing his rhymes?
Yeah.
Actually, we spoke about it earlier. When I watched it again, they did get it in the studio. Because RZA asked, he said, do you got, and then whoever was talking in the studio, they said exactly what RZA, so somebody got it. Because he ain't forced him to say it. He's like,
but did he say it to agree with him?
But no, he said exactly, because RZA said, he's like, do you get it? The guy said, yeah. So RZA's like, so whatever. And the guy said it.
Wasn't he silent? Oh,
no, he said it. I watched it again. And the guy was like, this means something, and the pan is deep, whatever, is deep when you bake it. The cake in the pan. And RZA said that's exactly what he meant.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I don't know.
You got to watch it again.
Let's talk about the lyric. Let's talk about the lyric.
I don't even know what the lyric is. I didn't write it down.
Well, I don't know. RZA was writing his shit, and he said something about, like, multi-layered cake, deep dish or some shit. And ODB's like, I don't get that. What is it? And he's explaining to him. And from what I saw, when RZA was asking around, nobody understood. So to me, like, RZA, that's your cue to change that bar. Because if nobody in the room got it, the masses ain't gonna get it, and the bar ain't that serious for you. Needed to keep that fucking bar.
Now one person got it.
Yeah, I know. Now you say one
Person
got it, but
it.
he was like, trust me, son, bong bong. I feel like he should have changed it because even me, I was like, all right, I get it, but it's still not a good bar. Like,
but it's old dirty. There's a lot of bars he said that
Yeah,
wasn't
I know,
good,
I know,
but
I
it's
know.
the way he delivers it.
Yeah, yeah.
I could name a million bars that wasn't that good from Old Dirty. But it's the way he says it, his delivery. That was the genius about Old Dirty.
Yeah.
That was the genius about him.
And you know what? Even that scene, watching that scene, to me, ODB just did not look energized. He looked so detached.
Yeah.
Like, I just need money. Write me the rhymes. Get me the beats. You know what I mean? Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't ready to be in that situation.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He seemed so detached. He didn't seem like he was in reality.
And remember when one of the producers was playing a song for him when he came in? He's like, I got this beat for you.
That
Listen
was
to it. It
terrible.
sounded horrible. It sounded horrible.
Horrible. And like I said, he was just like, yeah, like he'll say
He's like,
anything.
he's like, I want you to come on, you gonna flow like this or whatever. I'm like, yo, this beat sounds horrible. That was a horrible situation.
Well, it happened twice because the one beat they played from was a song we all heard with Luma D.
Yeah.
Remember that? And ODB had the verse. But there was another one, right? There was another beat. Like, I could see you rhyming on this.
Yeah.
And he was just like nodding his head, like, yeah, I don't care. Give me the check.
Yeah, just give it to me. Crazy. Episode 3, another jewel I pulled from it. And Ghost actually said it was a jewel when he talked about the whole business thing. He said Divine told him to put the love in your back pocket. This is a business. And he said, thank you for telling me that. That's a jewel he dropped on me. Because he said after that, he was like, so let me see the paperwork.
Yes.
Let me see the paperwork. You said put the love in my back pocket. It's a business. Okay, now let me see the paperwork.
Yep. It's
So,
true.
Dropping jewels.
Everybody talk that business shit until you talk about business back, and then they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Go. Anybody who has a job knows that. The boss always talk that business shit, but when you about your business, they don't like it.
Yeah. But I like what RZA said. Like, he would never, I like, you got to respect RZA. RZA was like, yo, he knows it's a business, but these are his brothers. It ain't like whatever. So he's like, I'm never going to hold back my brothers. This ain't slavery. Like, if you want to go, I ain't going to fight you. Go.
Right.
Like, know what I mean? Like I said, the only way he tried to keep close, which makes sense, is ODB.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was trying to keep ODB close because you're my biggest selling artist. No, Meth is, if anything. Yeah, got to be Meth.
Because I really feel like RZA's plan was to just that first 5 years, make what he made of that first 5 years, and then boom. Like, I don't think he thought about after that. And that's why he was probably like let everybody go so easily, because he made the money he wanted to make. And because he was producer, owner of the label, he's going to forever see money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was
Well,
that
he
vision.
said everything that's Wu Tang is still going to be me. He said, y'all can go do what y'all want.
And that's
but he
why
said everything that's Wu Tang is me.
Exactly. That's why he let him go, because
Which is only right.
he had the ill plan. Like,
Yeah, that was his
those
vision.
first 5 years, that's me. And then after that, do what you want.
Exactly. Episode 4. It shows how the part with how Mathematics created the Wu Tang logo
Oh, shit.
and sold it to RZA for $400. $400. And this back to my whole vision versus dream versus passion versus a person that just got good ideas. RZA said that $400 was half of his rent at the time. He had to pay the rent. That was his half that he gave up for that logo. Why? Because he had the vision. It's more than when you have a dream and you just have good ideas and your rent, whatever, you're not taking a risk like that. Most people that make it big in life and successful take risks. If you don't take risks, you in the world today, you think luck is gonna get you there? I'm pretty sure the percentage of people that got lucky that happen to bump into somebody, or some people just have family that know somebody, make it to where they want to go. That's probably so low a percentage compared to those who took risks.
Yeah.
Believed in themselves and took risks. RZA took a risk.
Yeah.
Paid that $400. Probably could have got evicted. Who knows? But got that logo. Now that logo's worth millions. Come on.
That logo is worth a lot of money.
And like you said earlier, Mathematics probably thinking I could have sold him the logo but still kept some paperwork to keep some rights to it.
Yeah.
So now it blows up. I mean, I don't know if he looks out for him, but I know he's thinking $400 and it's worth millions now.
Yeah.
And he said he made that logo overnight because he said I need it tomorrow. He said I got some weed, got some 40 or something, sat down on the floor.
That
boom.
shit's known all over the world.
Best logo in hip hop.
Yeah. You
Best
see
logo
that
in
W,
hip-hop.
you know what it is.
You know what
I
it
don't care
is.
what part of the earth you're from, you know that W.
So I like that. What else? What else in episode 4? They get into the whole Once Upon a Time in Shaolin with the creep guy. What's his name?
Silver Rings?
No, the guy that bought the record.
Martin Scarelli or some shit.
Scarelli, yeah.
Martin douchebag.
Stupid face. Michael Jackson pinch nose face.
Yo, he does.
He got the
look
Michael Jackson
look
nose.
Like the late Mike, word.
The late Mike, yeah. Yeah, they talk about how that clown bought the record for $2 million, and they talk about how Silver Rings, which I really wish they would have got into more with RZA, asked them, because RZA basically was part of it.
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
artwork and everything. It wasn't just the guy Silver Rings, but
RZA was a little bit
Silver Rings took what they say, like pieces of old raps, and
he paid each member money to do a verse here, or a couple verses, like, oh, it's for a compilation album. And they, he paid him to do these little verses, and then he like pieced it together into an album.
Yeah.
Like, and it was over a course of 5 years. He took like as much as he could and then pieced it together.
Right. And put together. I forgot how Meth said it, but they all went in on. It was funny because RZA sitting right there, and RZA was very quiet.
Quiet.
RZA was quiet. Like they was straight shitting on the album.
Yeah,
like they wasn't for it at the time.
Yeah,
they wasn't for it now. They said it was a terrible idea.
Right.
They said,
See, when it first came out, I thought, because I didn't know the details of it. Now we know, but
yeah.
I thought reason why they would, because the whole art thing, that's fine. But I thought the real reason why they were doing it, RZA was doing it, was, hey, we sell for $1 million or a couple mil, one copy, that's one lump sum, and we could divide it among the clan evenly or whatever, or divide it however you want to divide it. You don't have to worry about sound scan. You don't have to tour. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things you don't have to worry about. You don't have to spend money on marketing.
Yeah.
It's just like, boom, it's one lump sum. Everybody gets a quick paycheck of one album.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I would have done it if those are my brothers and stuff. You know what I mean? Forget, promoting this shit, radio stations. We'll make it like it's art. $2 million, we split the pie. But I didn't know it was Silver Rings had. So who collected money? Silver Rings and just RZA off this album?
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like, because they all pissed off about it.
Silver Rings, wow. Yeah. Well, I'm not. Like they said, the album, they not happy with it, so I wouldn't even want to hear it anyway. And one thing I didn't like about the only thing I don't like about the doc is that they didn't touch on the Better Tomorrow album. I want them to touch on a Better Tomorrow album because there was a lot of controversy around that album with Ghostface and Raekwon being mad the way RZA was going. They didn't like the vision he had for the album. And the album was a big letdown.
Yeah.
Because all the albums before that, I love 8 Diagrams. I love the W. You already know 36 Chambers, Wu Tang Forever. It's like great albums.
Yeah, they didn't touch on 8 Diagrams. They barely touched on the W, too. I would like them to touch on the W more.
Iron Flag, they didn't really touch on.
They just showed the photo shoot for the Iron Flag, but they didn't talk about that at all either.
They didn't touch. I guess it's not really
Yeah.
It maybe wasn't really nothing going around
it's a
around
low
that
light,
time.
so we're not gonna.
Yeah. But a Better Tomorrow, I want them to touch on because
yeah,
I wanted RZA to give the explanation. Then I want him to, because time passed now. So, do you feel that you made the right decision, RZA, with picking the direction that album went? Pretty sure you don't.
No.
That album wasn't critically acclaimed or nothing by Wu fans or nothing. No. And I heard that he was allowing Ghostface for the next Wu project to be fully controlled over beat selection.
If that ever happens.
If that ever happens, because that Mathematics album wasn't a Wu album. Let's get that right. Let's get that right. It wasn't a Wu album. It was a Mathematics album. It was okay. It wasn't a Wu album.
Right.
Let's understand that. Yeah, so the Once Upon a Time in Shaolin was a big controversy over that. And I don't know if the guy still owns the album. I don't even know if he's locked up.
He is.
Oh, he is locked up. He still owns the album, though.
He does. For some reason, the FBI couldn't confiscate that for some reason. I don't know why. But like, okay, can we just go back a little bit?
Go ahead.
One of my favorite parts, another favorite part of this documentary is when ODB called Divine on the phone and wanted to know why he couldn't get off the label. I thought that was like a very touching moment. He was just talking about their past, like, yo, we go back, we're blood. We go back before Wu Tang. It was just me, you, and RZA and Jizza, and he was just like, you know, why I gotta be stuck with y'all? You know what I mean? They're like, it was very, like you could tell he was hurting and he was desperate, like he was broke. It was just like, I thought it was a very like real part. You know, they could have cut that out and they didn't, and that's why I like this doc, because it was very real. It showed the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think that was the ugly part.
They showed the good, the bad, the ugly, but they didn't get too ugly with it. Because I think it's definitely a deeper layer to that RZA didn't want to say really why.
Right.
I think it's stuff they left out with the ODB. They didn't want to touch on certain things.
Right.
Maybe where he was at, his state at that time, maybe his mom's or something. Maybe it's more they wanted to say that they left out.
Right.
Just because the God's not here. So just, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I think it's a deeper, but I like, there was no reason for them to go deeper than that. Right. But you could tell it was a deeper situation with that with that incident. Another that was crazy, we found out that Master Killer's related to Marvin Gaye and Nat Turner.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had no idea.
He's related to Marvin Gaye, like literally related to him. Blood, they blood from what they were saying.
That's
basically.
Fucking nuts.
That's crazy. And I like how, which made me like maybe respect Divine a little more, is episode 4 where he talks about how he was trying to set all the brothers up with stocks, like set them up how to like buy stocks, real estate, all that. Like he saw past the music. Like, this music is a stepping stone, a big stepping stone, but we could do other stuff where we always good and our kids are good.
Right.
Like stocks is major, real estate is major. Like they said earlier in the doc, they was like, yo, they say he had the type of mind, he could have had what they call it, a Fortune 500 company. They like Devon was really business savvy. Like he's business minded all the way. So he would have been a good dude to stick around, like if they all just stuck together, because no telling. I mean, even though they all good now, it looks pretty much, even though Cap made a joke at the end. He was like,
I'm fucked up.
Yeah, it got a little awkward at the table, but they all good. And another thing I like, that they all respect each other bars. Like I didn't even think, like I like how they said like Cap. Like Devon said, Cap was his favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Because Cap goes in.
Yeah, I saw another doc or something where he was like the first real MC out of all of them. And they used to all look up to him. I forgot what I watched when they said that, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like they looked at him as like the god MC at first.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I know they said Inspector Deck. They said he was always quiet, but when he spit, I think it was Memphis saying, like, I keep hearing about Inspector Deck. He's nice. He said, but he's real quiet. He barely come outside. Then when they heard him spit, like, oh, like wow, like Inspector Deck make you want to go back and rewrite your rhymes. You know what I mean? So that was crazy to me, because I thought they always probably looked at it as Jizza, who was crazy lyrical too, as whatever, but they was making it seem like Cap and Inspector Deck is the real sharp spitters, which is crazy. And I like it when Meth was spitting in the movie theater, like he still got it. Meth was spitting, like it's just ill. Like they all ill together. Like Go said, no matter what we go through, and this is how I feel with my peoples, who I consider family. If we do have debates, fallouts, whatever, like Go said, no matter what we go through, I still got love. It doesn't even matter. It's not that serious at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, it really ain't. But yeah, it's a lot of other stuff though. We couldn't get into everything. That was just a little stuff we pulled out from each episode. Like I said, 4 episodes, but there's a lot more. Watch it. It's a great doc. One of the best hip hop docs I saw.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It blew me away. It really did.
Yeah, and it takes you back. It's like it takes you back to that time, like.
Yeah, it did. It was very nostalgic.
I like when they said when Wu Tang Forever came out, how the line went from what was that, Tower Records? Yes. Yeah, they said it went all the way down to, I forgot, from 40 something to 50 something, like wrapped around. Like I miss them days when the album come out and the album releases. They go to the in-store. It's crazy. So I miss that.
They need to do more docs like this, because you see like other shit especially when it comes to hip hop, it's more of like a cliff notes. They just talk about like the highlights. You know what I mean? Then they'll have like the lowlights, but like they'll just touch on it, and like they don't like this explained. Like you got to know each person individually, like where they coming from, why they are the way they are. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like what Ghost talking about is taking care of his brothers, or this one talking about going to jail at a young age. Like, it actually shows you like where they all come from and why they come out with the music they do. And you know what I mean? It's people that don't live in the hood or in urban communities. They should watch this because it'll give you understanding of like why people's mind state is where it's at. You know what I mean? And it was very done. It was done very well, I thought. You know what I mean?
And to do a doc on, it's really 10 members because you added Cap to it. To do a doc, like you said, and touch on everybody,
right?
And you get a clear understanding of everybody's background and mindset, like how Meth was going from shelter to shelter when he was young.
Yeah, exactly.
Came back to Staten Island. He said it was crazy. From Master Killer to U-Guard situation, like it's crazy, like how they fit that all in and did it so well.
Right.
So now, after seeing all this, all that being said, what do you think? Who do you think would be good enough for a four episode doc series just like that? What group or what artist you could see them doing Mass Appeal, something like that? Shout out to Mass Appeal.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mass Appeal. I mean, I could think of a few. Now I know that they go really in depth. I feel like Nas will be good because I thought I knew everything there is to know about Wu, and I see in his documentary is a lot of shit you don't know. And Nas is still a mystery. You know, like Nas is like kind of a mystery.
I think we know everything. It's so
That
many stuff that been on, but
you think
it's just
you
one
do.
person though. Like Wu, you thought you knew, but
Nas
then again, there's so many.
But Nas always kept shit close to the chest, kind of like you really didn't know his real life until other people like blew it up or like rapped about him. Like I think I want to see an in-depth thing about Nas. I feel like there's a lot of shit we don't know. I want to see like a real.
I feel different. I think it probably only be maybe like 3 things.
You think so?
Yeah. I think most of the stuff. I
thought the same thing about Wu though, and I'm just like.
But I didn't think that about Wu for the simple fact is 9, 10 of them, and it's ones that we didn't look into like that. So I could easily see in Wu like, oh, I ain't know that about Master Killer, or U-Guard went through that, or Capadonna went through that. Like Ray and Ghost, we pretty much heard whatever, but the other ones, that's why Wu, I can see that. Nas, I think I saw and read everything from Live at the Barbecue, before Live at the Barbecue. And then he had that thing not that long ago to the Illmatic. It was like a documentary.
Time is Still
Matter. Yeah, I think we kind of that was good. So yeah, Nas, I don't know. I would say
no, because Time is Illmatic was only about like before Illmatic and the making of Illmatic. What about all the stuff after? What about his baby mama hooking up with Jay, like the real story? What about this? What about Khalees? Like, there's a lot of shit we don't know. You know what I mean?
I would want to know more from Stillmatic on, maybe. I think everything before Stillmatic was pretty much public knowledge.
Who would you see like a 4-part documentary? I have one in mind, but you tell me.
4-part documentary hip hop. Even though Tribe already had that.
See, I'm with you, but it's not Tribe.
De La?
Native Tongues.
I say De La.
I just see a whole thing in Native Tongues. Everybody from De La, Tribe,
all of them.
Jungle Brothers,
Queen Latifah.
Moni. Yeah, I like to see a thing on all of them.
4 doc on Native. Yeah, that would be dope.
Black Sheep.
That'd be dope.
Chi Ali.
That'd be. Chi Ali has something coming out, actually.
He does. He actually does have something coming out.
That'd be dope. I say Public Enemy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know what? They probably got some crazy stories.
Yeah.
Because the shit they were rapping about, they probably caught a lot of heat.
Nah, from what I heard they was getting death threats. I heard I heard they got a story to tell. So I think a 4-part, and they've been around for a while. Like I think that'd be good.
And then I mean, you have to spend the whole 2 episodes on just Flavor after PE with the whole Flavor of Love and all the reality shows. Like that would take up a lot of time.
Talk about Flavor. Is a part in this documentary that I got mad at first. I was like, hold up. but then he made a point. I was like, whoa! I thought I was bugging. When it's a white guy said about Old Dirty, and I was like, they let that go. He was like a clown, like Flavor.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa. I said the same thing, but then
he was saying
that shit up.
White people, most white people was viewing Old Dirty, but then he backed. Yeah,
I was like, I don't look at him like a clown. I thought he was a genius.
Yeah, I thought he was a genius. Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah, because at first I was like, what? yeah. But and then one more person I think would make a good 4-part LL. If we saying like I think it would be better than Nas.
You know,
there's a lot of stuff I
kind of a mystery too. Like you don't know. Yeah,
I think it'd be better than Nas. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff at L that we don't.
Because LL Cool J, that wasn't even supposed to be his first rap name. His first rap name was supposed to have the word "blow" in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they said back in those days, if you had coke or did coke, it means you had money. Like doing coke was like a cool thing. It means you were like successful. And, you had Curtis Blow and other people. So his original name had the word blow in it. I forgot what it was, but it was supposed to be something blow.
Wow.
Like I said, like I know he came out with a book or whatever, but I didn't read it. But I think LL would be excellent.
I think LL would be an excellent one. Maybe Rakim too. 4-part Rakim. Nah.
No.
Too short of a career.
Not too short. He just don't seem like he lived an exciting life. Well, exciting for us, for entertainment.
Never know. See, he might be one of them. You never know.
I like to see KRS. I like to see KRS actually. I don't think he probably can't do 4 parts, but I like to see it in depth.
KRS.
Because he started in the homeless shelter. He was in the homeless shelter and rapping and shit, and I like to see that. He had a lot of beefs.
Yeah.
He had very touchy subject matter. You know what I mean? Like.
All right. So and all you people out there,
and Hulu's coming out with an actual series based on Wu Tang.
Okay.
Not a documentary where actual actors telling the whole story. It seems like a 10-episode series. I can't wait for that. I think
Dave East was to play Method Man and everything.
Oh, that's right. Dave East play Method Man.
Method Man. Yeah, I heard about that. So yeah, for all y'all youngins out there or people that been living under a rock that didn't get to hear some of these other Wu albums, I'm gonna mention real quick that came from the whole Wu umbrella, came from underneath the Wu umbrella. I would say check out Jizza Beneath the Surface. I think that was a good sophomore. Yeah, the second one. I would say check out Ghostface Killer Big Doe Rehab. You know what I mean? That was a good quality one.
Yeah.
Raekwon Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2. Purple. Like, that was.
And Shaolin vs. Wu Tang was good too.
Shaolin vs. Wu Tang. Wu Massacre. I like Wu Massacre.
Wu Massacre was hard. Yeah.
Wu Massacre was hard.
It was Ghost Ray and Meth.
Yeah, Ghost Ray and Meth.
Wu Block.
Wu Block. Wu Tang and D Block. I don't know if Wu got so much stuff. Everything else y'all should pretty much know. Like I said, everybody know Kappa the Pillage, hard album.
I like the Swarm Part 1.
Swarm Part 1, I got that there. Yep, Swarm Part 1. Raekwon, I think it was his last album, Into the Wild. I like that album.
That was the last one.
Yeah. Bobby Digital. Listen, I know me and you always say that. It's people that debate with us. I love that album. I love Bobby Digital.
I love Bobby. Yo, shout out to my man Rye who hated that album, but I used to make him listen to it when we used to get blazed. And he hated it, but I was like, nah, this shit's the truth right here.
I love Bobby Digital. Ghostface Fish Scale album.
That's hard.
Too. Yeah, hard.
Fish Scale is hard.
And Ghostface Bulletproof Wallace, I like. And then you had the other branches. You had the Killer Army album. You had the Grave Diggers album. Wu got so much stuff. Like Master Killer slept on album that Juju shined light on before. No set date. Hard. Bobby Digital's second album.
That was good to me.
I liked it. Yeah, Expect the Deck first. Like it's so much. Like you said before, and you're absolutely right. It'll never be done again. It's never happening.
Now you agree?
Yeah, it's never gonna happen again.
Inspect the Deck album was good. It got delayed for way too long, and then it got bootleg. I think that messed up his sales or whatever, because that shit was delayed for like over a year, and then it got bootlegged, and it was a good album.
Yeah, but that's the Wu Tang doc. Mass Appeal, Showtime.
Please check it out. If you're a hip hop head, if you're a Wu head, if you just like watching documentaries, you'll like this.
You definitely enjoy it.
It's a good movie. It's a good documentary series.
Definitely.
What
Anything
else?
you would like to add before we wrap it up?
Well, do you want to do like? I know I mentioned this to you like very briefly. If I was like the A&R, if we were told we had to A&R each member's solo album. We had to use one producer for each album. What would you do?
Who would I match him up with?
Yeah.
All right, let's run through this real quick.
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
Meth, I would say Just Blaze.
Ooh, that's a good one. Just Blaze has such good range. He could, yeah. I think that would be really good.
Or Static Selector.
Ooh, Static. Well, what I had in mind for Meth was Primo.
Oh, you said Primo.
I think, cause Meth's he's like the cause Primo, you need to be able to spit and have like charisma. You know what I mean? And Meth got that. You know, he's like that. He's like the hip hop dude of Wu, like the classic hip hop sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Primo would be great with Meth. I think that'd be a great album. But Just Blaze will work too. Really good.
All right.
I had somebody else with Just Blaze, but
Respect the Deck. Who would you?
Deck. I had a few people in mind, and I'm settling on DJ Scratch because I feel like Inspector Deck is way better than what his sales or popularity show, and I think Scratch, the way he samples, his beats would they're not commercial, but they're more. It's easier to digest, and the way Deck spits, his voice and everything will be perfect on the DJ Scratch beat. I feel like Scratch will bring it out of him, like the life where everybody could feel it, not just Wu fans. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You know, like the joints he did with EPMD, the joints he did with Busta, like they just bring like life into the music, and I think him and Deck will be good. I had who else did I have for Deck? I think I had Large Professor maybe. I think Large Professor will be good. Yeah. So
I'm gonna say Easy Mo B for Deck too.
Oh wow.
Easy Mo B.
Yeah. Wow.
For Deck.
I think that's a perfect
I could see Deck killing some Easy Mo B production.
Perfect. And you people don't know, Easy Mo B did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot of Biggie's first album.
Yep.
He did some of Lost Boys joints from the first album. He did some Tupac joints from Me Against the World.
He did Flavor in Your Ear too, right? Was that Easy Mo?
Yeah.
Flavor in Your Ear?
Yeah, that was Easy Mo B.
Easy Mo.
That's a good one. That's hard. GZA, it was between Dilla or Alchemist. And I think I'm going to settle on Alchemist. Yeah, because Alchemist got that. He could get that. He's good at chopping samples. And GZA always rhymes on dark beats. And Alchemist can make some like horror sounding beats. And I think that's a perfect one.
You God
was tough for me. Do you have anybody in mind? I have people in mind.
I'm gonna say somebody you mentioned earlier. I'm gonna say Tyler Creator Beats.
Yeah,
I
feel like You God. To me, I don't know. You God doesn't really have a sound to me. You know, he just uses. I don't know. He doesn't have like his niche to me. Does he have a niche to you? Like, what is You God? Like, what is he?
I think he got a niche. I think he got a sound.
I feel like a guy like Tyler or Pharrell, they're more musical, and they could get it out of him.
I don't see Pharrell dealing with you.
I don't know.
Meshing good with him. I see Tyler because Tyler beats could be dark and menacing, but it got that like You God's voice on it.
Right.
I could hear more like a Tyler type beats.
And like the Black Shampoo song, like that was something different. And I feel like Tyler, Pharrell, they're like experimenting. And that I feel like they could work on him. They don't know how to bring whatever he has to bring it out of him because they're musical guys. So we'll settle on Tyler then.
Master Killer.
That was I was thinking the whole RZA album, but you don't want to pick from the crew, right? We'll pick somebody outside the crew. I
say Knife Wonder, Soul Council.
I would Knife Wonder or Dilla.
I say Knife Wonder because what Knife Wonder and Soul Council did for like them Smith and Wesson beats on the All album, I could see Master Killer on those beats like that killing it.
Yep. absolutely.
Ghostface. His range is crazy. His could be soulful,
I'm
hyped
going
up.
with Just Blaze for Ghost.
Ghost, Just
Because
Blaze.
Just Blaze, I heard him work with other artists when it was like a very emotional song. Like the sample used had like a soul sample. The artist got emotional on the beat, like the Game second album, Why You Hate the Game. Why You Hate the Game with Nas on it. Like he did a lot of songs like that. It has a lot of emotion. And as we all know, Ghost is the best when it comes to being emotional in hip hop. Probably the best ever.
Yeah.
I think
He
them
put that
two.
feeling in it.
Yeah.
That passion. Like you.
Yeah, exactly. But not every beat has to sound like that. And if you want to get some strictly real hip hop type beat, Just Blaze could do that too. And Ghost could spit on that too. So I'm going with Ghost.
For Ghost, I'm going with Pete Rock.
Ooh.
I think Pete Rock could give him that real hip hop, and Pete Rock could give him them soulful samples that he needs.
That would be good. That would be hard.
Ghostface and Pete Rock would be that'd be something.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Raekwon the Chef.
I got Havoc. I feel like Ray spits, the shit he talks about. I think him on Mobb Deep type beats is perfect. I think it'll be knocking. I'm picking Havoc.
I say Havoc or Alchemist.
Yeah, I could see Havoc, definitely.
Cause Alchemist was giving the beats like he was to get the Prodigy when they worked together. I could see Ray on them type of beats like Prodigy be on it.
I mean, you already heard Havoc on. I mean, Ray on Havoc beats like Eye for an Eye. You know what I mean? Like you heard it before.
Okay, Cap. Capadonna. My slang is editorial, explicit material, briefcase show, live and stereo flow.
I'm gonna give Cap to. Damn.
I know who I'm gonna give it to.
I think I'm leaning on Dilla.
Dilla? I'm gonna say Kanye.
I got somebody else for Kanye.
I can hit Cap on Kanye. First of all, Kanye could bring. Yeah. I can hit Cap on Kanye beats.
I could. You know what? This beat's abstract and different, and Cap's different. Like the Bound 2 beat, I could see Cap. That's a Capadonna type beat on Bound. And Cap just doing his. Yeah, I could see like certain Kanye on it. Who did I say? I said Dilla.
You said Dilla for Cap?
Yeah, I can see Dilla.
Okay, RZA.
I'm actually going Kanye for RZA.
Kanye.
Because they both like to experiment, sometimes too much. But I heard RZA do beats for Kanye, and it was a pretty good marriage. And I feel like Kanye could do the same for RZA.
Mm-hmm. ODB.
That could go to Just Blaze too. But Pharrell, it already worked out. The second album, Pharrell had a couple beats on there. They were good. I could see Pharrell doing it. I really could.
I'm going to say Q-Tip.
Oh.
Nah, actually, I'm not going to say Q-Tip for ODB.
Actually, hold on. Q-Tip will go perfect with somebody else, actually.
Yeah, Q-Tip, I'm going to say for... I can hear Ray on Q-Tip beats.
Yeah, absolutely. I
can hear Ray on Q-Tip production. Because Ray's voice and everything, there's levels, like Q-Tip. Q-Tip never has a lot of, like, his instrumentation, it doesn't overpower the track, like the sounds he used.
Right.
So I could definitely see Ray fitting good with Q-Tip.
That's a good one.
ODB, I'm going to say... Well, we don't want to say RZA. I'm about to say again RZA in his prime, like the old RZA, as you say, before he became hippie RZA, before Hollywood RZA.
Rock and roll RZA.
Yeah, rock and roll RZA, like the dark RZA that type of production. I can see ODB, but yeah, ODB is one of them artists I could only see really working with RZA.
Yeah. Hold on, let me think about this.
Yeah.
See, this is my problem. I could see him working with this certain producer, but I can't hear a whole album of Swiss. And I'm not trying to knock Swiss, but like I could definitely see ODB like 3 or 4 songs on Swiss easily. But me personally, I can't listen to a whole album by Swiss Beats. I can't.
What about Dame Grease?
No, not a whole album. The ODB's tricky, man.
Yeah, I told you I only can see him with RZA.
Yeah.
He's one of them artists that that's his thing right there. When RZA provides him, that's when magic is made. I can't see him making magic with any other producer.
No, yo, hold on.
Unless a producer tries to duplicate RZA style. Like,
Yeah.
what's the other Wu Tang producer? Not Mathematics.
True Master.
True Master. Shout out to True Master.
He makes some hard shit.
He don't get the props.
I gotta pick up ODB. Hold on, just give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think like a whole album. It has to be a whole album, complete album.
ODB's different.
Yeah.
I'd probably say talented creator type beats too.
I was thinking that too, but we already
talented
used them.
creator. Hey. I can't see.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't use Dr. Dre for none of them.
I can't see Dre.
No.
Like none of them want Dre beats for a whole album. I don't see it. That would fit though. Justice League? I don't know.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go with Pharrell because it worked before. I heard joints that they did together and it worked. I'm going with Pharrell.
Pharrell?
Yeah.
I can't see a whole album with Pharrell and Old Dirty, but
I think I can see it.
That's what it is. What it is. So, matter of fact, I see ODB with Eric Sermon.
That crossed my mind, but
I can see Eric Sermon producing ODB more than Pharrell, a whole album.
Yeah.
Because Eric Sermon could bring that funk type, upbeat, whatever that Old Dirty would. You know what I mean?
But Dirty needs those couple songs that's real dirty too.
You think Pharrell could give him a real dirty song? No.
Yeah, you got a point.
Nah.
You got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, old E Sermon had those dirty sounding, but now like a lot of his shit sounds like the same type of sounds, those funk sounds, the keyboard, like
But yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, great doc. Check it out. Wu Tang forever. They ain't when they said that wasn't a lie.
Nope.
They could still put out if they get back together and get in the studio and really get in the studio, not sending each other tracks, they email like all of them in the studio at once. I'm totally confident, without a doubt, they could put forth a quality project, like easy. Where RZA put back on his cap and they all back in the studio really together.
If RZA stops being just get back on that Sonic and the MPC 60. Stop trying to be Mr. Musical and stop being a dictator too. Listen to the other guys.
Yeah. Yeah, if the guys ain't feeling it,
stop saying trust me. Let's do this new experiment because look, better tomorrow happened.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. You were a dictator. People are trying to tell you this isn't good.
Once Upon a Time in Shaolin and A Better Tomorrow. I didn't hear Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, but I'm pretty sure Once Upon a Time in Shaolin and A Better Tomorrow is not what us Wu fans want or feel like.
Right.
Let's take it back to 8 Diagram. Let's take it back to the W. Let's take it back to Wu Tang Forever.
Right.
Let's take it back to that. You know what I mean? That's what we love. That's what we appreciate. That's what we need. But yeah. So check out the doc. We went to the museum, the Wooseum. Awesome how they did it. Maybe they'll do something else or go state to state with it. If they do, I suggest you check it out.
Yeah.
It was a good look. And I'm looking forward to next month. I'm hitting up the Wu Tang show, Coney Island. Got to see the brothers again. It's been a long time, so I'll be out there in Coney Island. Check them out, and I'll give y'all an update on that when that happens. How that show go. Hopefully everybody comes out. Hopefully ain't no turmoil. I want to see every Wu member there. Real talk.
Please.
Every Wu member. You know what I mean? And anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Wu Tang's forever, man.
Wu Tang. So
you know what? I want to say this. I know.
Go.
I could be harsh on them. That's because that's like my favorite group, and if anybody else disses them, I always stick up for them. But it's like me with the Knicks. Like nobody's harsher than Knicks than me, right? Do you agree with that? And I'm the biggest Knicks fan. It's just I know that Wu could do better, so I'm not trying to diss. Because I know our last review we did the Mathematics album, we kind of went a little in on them a little bit. It's just me being a diehard fan, and I know you guys are could do a lot better.
I'm still sticking to the mathematics album. I'm pretty, like I said, I don't consider it a Wu album, so I'm just leave it at that.
Right.
I consider it a okay mathematics album, what Mathematics tried to do, and I'm pretty sure there's Wu members that feel the same. So it is what it is.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? We know what they could do, what they're capable of, and that fell short. So it is what it is. And like I said, they'll put out another album. I have full confidence that it'll be hard if they all in it together. You know what I mean?
All in together now.
Yeah, so like we always say, stay fit and keep it hip hop. And we're not just talking physical, we're talking mental too.
Spiritual.
Yes, indeed. And hopefully financially too. You know what I mean?
Word. I like
Stay fit. Keep your pockets brolic. Until next time, peace. Chop, chop.